Hey Guitar Ninjas, and welcome to another riff of the week. This week we're going to have a look at another classic. This one is Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin. So for some of you, you'll recognise this as Whole Lotta of Love by Led Zeppelin and know the band and love it. For a lot of other people, this is probably recognised as the Top of the Pops theme, and for those that are probably under 20, this probably isn't even that recognisable anymore. Apart from perhaps there was an interview of somebody doing it vocally, the guy from Police Academy, and that video went pretty big. So you might recognise it from that beatboxy version of it. So this riff is a bit of a classic. It's also really similar to a riff used in a song called Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix. So we've got this. That's actually, that little section is kind of used in both songs in the same key as well. So once you've learnt one, you've already got your head start on the next song. So let's look into this riff of the week. So the first thing we're going to do is a slide on the 6th string with our 3rd finger up to the 7th fret. So if you've not practiced sliding with your 3rd finger, this is a great riff to give you some exercise with that. We're going to come in with a slide in. That means we don't necessarily need to hear which note we start on. The hand can start sliding before we pick. We just need to hear it land on that 7th fret. We're then going to play the 5th fret on the 5th string afterwards. And then we're going to bounce between that 7 and 5 again. So we've slid into 7 on the 6th string, then 5th fret on the 5th string, back to 7th on the 6th, back to 5th on the 5th. So it's kind of like bouncing between them, but using that slide in at the beginning. Okay, so that's slower. Now obviously we've got to make sure that our plectrum is getting those string changes in. And to remember that it's kind of one finger per string, like an upside down or back to front power chord. Then we're going to come up to the 7th fret on the 5th string. So we're now coming to our E there, and we're going to power chord this. So 7th on the 5th string and 9th on the 4th string, and we're going to play those together. Now obviously our plectrum accuracy, to make sure we hit just those 2 strings. We don't want it to sound messy with you hitting everything else. Oh, it just sounds horrible, right? So we want to make sure we're accurate on what our plectrum's doing. So this next bit involves a technique called palm muting. Now if you can't palm mute, if you don't know it yet, or if you have a go and you struggle, don't worry, it still does sound okay without it, it just doesn't have that full groove. So this is without palm muting, so if you're a beginner, you should try it this way. But if you've had a bit of experience and you're ready to give palm muting a go, or you already know how to palm mute, this is where we should aim. So what we're doing here, with that power chord, I would count that as 1. So when we first play that power chord, 1, then we're going to palm mute or play just the 6th string open 3 times. So for 2, 3 and 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to repeat that again. So the power chord on the 5th and 4th string, then the 6th string open. So this hand doesn't need to be there, but we're going to keep it in place. To palm mute 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be worth practicing that bit by itself if you're new to palm muting or changing strings. Doing a power chord in the middle strings and then the 6th string by itself can be tricky depending on how new you are to guitar. So you'll notice I play that power chord, and then I relax the fingers so there's no pressure on the strings, but so I'm still touching them. That means if I hit those strings, when I'm playing the open E string, it still sounds like I'm just using the open E because these strings are now muted. So just practice that through a few times, and the actual riff is going to repeat it, I believe, twice, and then with one final E power chord at the end. I'm just going to play it to double check. So there's our main riff. So to break that down again, we've got the 7 with a slide in with the 3rd finger, 5th fret on the 5th string, bounce between those notes again, power chord on the 7th fret of the 5th string as 1, then we're going to palm mute the 6th string open for 2, 3, 4, then do that again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a final 1 on that power chord, and then back to the beginning. So I'll play it fast, slow, and fast again to help you see it. And then this can just loop for the whole intro of the song. And there you have it, that is the riff of the week, Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin. If you don't know Led Zeppelin, check out some more of their stuff. They've got a massive list of songs that have done really well worth having a listen to. The recording quality at the time when they were recording was very different to today, so you might need to kind of forgive a little bit if you've got used to the modern perfectionism in recording. It was very much like mics in a big open room for the drum kit instead of like separate gated mics and things, but they're still really good music. So give them a check if you don't already know who they are. Now if you enjoyed this video, please give it that thumbs up, like and subscribe, leave a comment on what you'd like me to do for a later riff of the week. I will be doing these, I tend to film 1 month's worth in a block, so if you leave a comment and it takes a month or 2 for you to see the video, don't worry, it probably is coming. I will try and respond to everybody and let them know when I've decided to do their track. So please leave a comment below, hit that bell notification for when the next one comes out, and if you really want to dig deeper into your guitar playing, then the Guitar Ninja Academy is a site with loads of lessons. It's been gamified with a bit of a community culture to it. So yeah, go check that out, there's a link below. And yeah, thank you very much for checking out this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one soon. Bye!